Damn, now it's kind of too tall. Maybe we had some kind of boom. Hey, what's up, folks? Welcome back to the shop. About to continue on with a little more camera mounting madness here. So I do got a plan to make some kind of a boom for this boom, or I don't know what the hell they're called, a jib for this camera mount thing. Now it's hard to illustrate it on paper because it's all stuck in my head. It's hard to get out after that. But I'm looking at this bar here. I'm thinking of two bars that move together through some hollow tubes mounted on a freaking weird angle thing. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, well, I might as well use this. This is an old failed project of mine. This is for the lamp build quite a while back there, but I opted to do something a little more possible. Not going to need nearly all of that. Need about an inch on the base. We got about over an inch and a half there. So we're going to make I don't know what you call it. It's going to be something of an angle on there where these will float, and there will be a hole in here that mounts onto the nubbins. They're basically just these things. So first things first, we're going to have to get rid of some of this crap on here. All right, folks, I got her pretty close, really close. At least it was last time I checked. This is a half thou indicator. So she's flickering in there with, thou. It doesn't have to be too tight. It's actually a little bit different than last time I checked, but I also dialed it in on this face too. We got that pretty tight too, then about 1/1000th of an inch. And that should be more than accurate enough for a camera boom, I would reckon. It's nice using good centers for a change. Anyways, now for the boring part. I haven't done anything like this in a little while. Got my 27/64 split point drill here. There's our fit. It's pretty good. I'm going to give that a little face up there, and I'll see you over at the mill. That's super fun and reckless. I love it. Okay, before I start getting too far into this, I did actually indicate it here, and I indicated it up on this face here, just so it's all in line with the bore. So we got it. I'm going to take it down until I lose that frickin' hole there, or that dimple, and then we'll start cutting into the other face there and making an angle bracket out of this thing. That is just the best sound ever. Hey, another 1/8 of an inch should do it. Saying 100 thou on this, we might be able to get away with a little less than 1/8 of an inch. Actually left about 5 thou in there for a cleanup pass. Looks like we're gonna need it. I'm gonna put a little WD on there this time for posterity. Alright, well there's our little part. Looking not too shabby actually. We should have ended up with exactly 1.25 inches. No, or yeah, close. Oh yeah, there you go. So that should be perfect. Now what we gotta do, we're gonna have to mill a great big L out of here. So I'm not really sure how I'm gonna go about doing that yet. We'll see. Hello, thumbnail. So what I think I'm gonna do here, I dialed it in right along here with the indicator to make sure that this ends up nice and square. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mill a flat on both sides of this. That way I'll be able to put it up on a couple parallels and get to that top part. I guess we'll mill off. Well, we got a 2-inch OD there. We'll mill off. Take 50 thou. $25 per side, I mean. See what that does. We're gonna need a little bit more. Yeah, that should just about do it. Alright, and this side just got a quick deburr, and we'll sit it on a parallel, and that should give us our nice square surface there. Granted, I should have done this exact same thing to the other side. There's no burr on there at all, and I wouldn't have needed the parallel. Oh well. Alright guys, so just to give you some rough idea where I'm going with this, all this stuff with the marker and all this stuff is going to get milled out of here all the way down to, so we have just about a 1/4 inch piece of, I guess this would be more better illustrated this way. There we go. Something like that. So we got her firmly clamped in the vise here. I'm going to commence destruction. So we're doing it 1/8 of an inch in depth with a 1/4 inch step over every pass. I got a ways to go, guys. I'm just gonna get right back to you. Whew, I was getting a little bit too much to handle. Alright, so we're getting close to we are at our last pass here. So I'm not entirely certain I'm going to even worry about a finish pass. Just so long as the cutter ain't gonna hit the jaws, we should be alright. Alright, well that pretty much sums it up for our flat part. Now you can see there's a little bit of a hole sticking out there. We're probably going to build that back just a little bit more yet until we see the whole hole. For now, I think we're probably going to get busy on this part here. So now we got our depth exactly wherever we want it, so we're just going to probably leave it right there. Okay, we'll probably just do half at a time. That should be about 3/8 of an inch there. So I think that's what we'll take off the other side too. That looks pretty good. It's obviously going to need a little deburring and whatnot. I left that little step in there, so that's at 1/8 by 1/8 there. And we're going to put a radius in the corner just for make it look pretty. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing to the other side. Be right back. Well, it's starting to look like something. All right, so using a zigzag, approximately 1/10 of, you can see that, 1/10 of thickness on both the base and the face here. We're going to put that little radius in there. And that's a pretty sound. Nice. Let's do a quick spring pass. Oh wow, that is awesome looking. Looking good. there's our little part. With some light deburring, I think it'll be pretty nice and elaborate looking. Those blends turned out really good. Well, I don't think I've ever milled such an elaborate part. I'm really happy how those blends turned out. That looks pretty classy. Now, off to the lathe. Alright guys, so what I've done here is I've just loosely, may as well put that on 0-ish, loosely dialed it in. Doesn't have to be real perfect. And what we're shooting for here is we're going to put a 1/4 inch offset in there. So I'm going to lock the chuck in about the horizontal position there. You dial in 1/4 inch, you generally just move it over 125 thousandths. We'll tighten everything down about there. I'm going to start off here with a facing cut. Kind of going slow because we're really off balance. Alright, so I'll try to explain here what I'm doing. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn this down and turn this down and leave a raised edge. In the middle, we're going to drill it out, part it off, and we're going to mill, or not mill, but we're going to turn another little nub sticking out the back or the top or wherever it is. At least that's the plan. Hope it's not one of them impossible things again. Anyways, let's just get to it. I might actually put some tailstock support on this and lay the meat to her. Wait, that came out wrong. Alright, let's see how that does. This is 245 thousandths. I think we're still got a little bit of black there. Yeah, just a wee little bit there. Technically, we got 5 thou to go, which would be all 10 thou off the OD, but this should be the last pass. We should end up with a 3/4 inch stub there. Alright, there's just barely a little lip there. We'll see how tight our offset is here. This isn't super precise, but it's nice. It's good for practice if you at least try to get it dead nuts. But shooting for 750 thousandths, 3/4 of an inch, and well, we're a little bit off. We're off by about 7 thousandths, which is fine. But, you know, strive to do better next time, I guess. Let's put a little chamfer on that. Not on that one. Okay, so I crafted a left-handed turning tool. I'm hoping this will do. So I got the indicator mounted to the other side of the carriage. I gotta say, this is a little on the weird side. I'm gonna actually turn it a little bit further back. I'm probably gonna have to feather it in. So that freaking offset on that side don't just dig in and take my tool out. Alright, we should be ready to go. If this doesn't pan out, I might end up taking the parting tool and just hogging out a groove there so I can turn this. Alright, here goes nothing. I might do that anyway. It's gonna get sketchy fast. Alright, there's 40 thou. This is the part I'm talking about right here. Going back. Start another cut. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to do the parting tool thing. And just make some allowance in there to start it off. Either way, it's going to be sketchy as frick, so. There's a full cut. Alright, should be a little less sketchy now, I think. Alright, that should be enough. Alright, well, we're finished turning this side, more full, almost. Apparently my offset dialing mojo was actually pretty good. Because this side, well, I know I can't really show it. It's hard to show you perfectly. That is almost dead nuts. Just went a little too far on this side. Now, if I would have got this side more accurate, I probably would have just parted this off and stuck this end in a collet, and Bob's your uncle. But since I didn't, this will have to do. I'm just going to match it up with this side and maybe give this tool a nicer grind so get a nicer finish on that. Alright, so I marked my stop again, remarked it I should say. Gave her a little touch up, put a little bit bigger radius on it. I'm going to take off 7 thousandths to match it up with the other side and hopefully make it a little prettier. Much better, much better. Well, I'm going to just drill and ream this off camera because it's going to take a while. I'm going to be drilling it back probably up to here, up to where we're going to part it off anyway. And then, this isn't a remake, this is the second part. We need 2 of these. Just doing this one just a little bit different. This is kind of my rendition of a button tool made out of high-speed steel, of course. I watch a lot of cutting-edge engineering. When I seen them working that button tool, just hogging stuff off like no tomorrow, man. It was pretty cool. So I decided to grind one that's very similar. It's just so versatile. You can cut in either direction. You can side with it. You can do anything with it. It's a really, really, really handy tool to have. This is one that gets its own dedicated holder, needless to say. It definitely doesn't like being babied. So yeah, drilling this part out now. The piloting part is just so boring. Pull in, pull out, pull in, pull out. Clean your chips. Really glad I got that last one on camera. That's just how the day is going. Get just a little weasel piss out of here, it'd be great. Good. Just out of gas. Ta-da! Alright guys, that's pretty much our part right there. Needs a little deburring from on the inside. Just to give you guys some perspective on what I'm planning on here, is I plan on finding the high spots somehow, and then we're going to put pegs on there, and these 2 guys are going to sit there, and they're going to do this, sort of. We're going to have to make some more room on this at some point, but we'll figure that out when we get to it. This is the bar, or the rod, just aluminum round stock. It needs to get polished up. It's actually a little bit on the tight side in there. Almost goes, but I tried to ream that first one out and it was still a little too small. So I ended up just running the drill through it and it was a little bit better after that. So I just went with the drill and said, screw it. We have 2 identical parts and we're probably going to tackle that next time around. Furnace is out of propane. It's minus 30 outside. I'm going in. In the meantime, folks, stay warm out there or stay cool, depending on what side of the world you're on. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Peace out.